What's happening, everybody? Thanks for tuning in with us again. Surprise Q and A from Ben and I today. Figured we'd go live. We missed last Sunday with it being Christmas and a little early to get everything done. So we missed everybody last week. So we figured we would go live today and do a Q and A with you today.
Better late than never.
Better late than never, as they say. Of course, we are live from the affectionately now known Q Sports Live headquarters. My name is Grant, for those that don't know, sitting beside the one and only Ben Francis.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, got to take care of business first. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Happy Boxing Day. Is that a thing?
It could be a thing. It's now a thing.
Merry.
If it wasn't before, it is now.
Merry or happy Boxing Day, whichever one applies.
Right? Go out and get some deals.
Or don't leave your house at all.
Or don't leave your house. Avoid the lineups, because it can be fairly crazy out there. So I just want to get the viewers built up a little bit. If you're interested in the new league that we've got coming up, it is starting fairly quickly. Cutoff is coming up quick. 5 days to cut off. So before we get started, I just wanted to give a special thanks to Tyler Steyer. He was live last week and gave some good information. He is the face of the league for the United States. We do have a special announcement that I can't announce yet, but it is coming up. We have a face for Q Sports Live League in Europe. And as soon as I am permitted, then we'll let you all know who that's going to be. So I do want to jump right into it. Let's get to some clarification on registration. We do have players that have gone on to the website, have paid the fees, but not filled out the player information card. There are two steps, guys, that need to happen. Number one is the player information form. When you click on whatever division it is that you're registering in, scroll all the way down to the bottom and you'll see that player information form that's on the left-hand side. Make sure you fill that out, and at the bottom of that is submit. Submit that, and then you'll scroll back up and you'll see the add to cart. That is step number 2, is to add to cart, and that's where you pay all the league fees. So go ahead, Ben.
Then we had the reverse.
We've had the reverse,
yeah. People registered and haven't paid yet, so.
Yeah, so doing one of those steps is great, but it won't get you in the league. You have to have both of those steps done.
Only halfway there.
Halfway there. So we are excited about it, guys. It is coming up pretty quick. 5 days till the cutoff, like we said, January 1st, so that would put it December 31st at midnight is the cutoff to get into the league. Lots of good registrations coming in. Numbers are looking good, so we will start kind of letting you know what those numbers look like. I also wanted to get into the fact that we are going to postpone Divisions 1 and the pros, and that is based on some feedback that we've had from the vast majority of the players in those groups. And with the league starting up in 5 days, it doesn't give me enough time to kind of restructure it the way that they have asked. And then have it all done and set up and ready to go for the 4th. So we will be delaying Division 1 and the Pro Division. If you are registered in those divisions, we will get a hold of you. Make no mistake, and kind of let you know what the vast majority of everybody wanted to do. Make sure you're in agreement with it, and then we can kind of move forward from there. So the start of Division 1, I believe, is going to be February 19th. And that's the pro.
That's the pro.
The
division,
pro division is going to be the February 19th. The Division 1 will come a week after that, so somewhere's around the 26th.
Okay.
But I'll look at what those exact dates are. We'll put out a post on the Q Sports Live page. So, like I said, if you are in Division 1 or the pro division, Ben, you're now put on notice that we are going to have a little bit of a delayed start to have it restructured.
It's good I get more time to practice.
You do have more time to practice, most certainly, as do anybody that is registered in those divisions. So we will certainly get a hold of those people that are registered in those divisions, and we'll kind of take things from there.
Like Grant was saying, we had some feedback from the players. That's why we're pushing it back. But we really love all the feedback from you guys. So even if you're in Division 2, Division 3, feel free to send us a message and let us know your thoughts.
Mm-hmm. For the most part, we do want to kind of structure the league, especially early on, and then ongoing, really how the players want it. We know that we can't please everybody all the time, but we do want to make sure that the vast majority of all those that are playing, that it is geared and suited to where they want it to be. So with the pros, the reason why it's being structured the same as Division 1, they want shorter sessions, league fees stay the same, but they only want to shoot a 4-week session. So it'll be a 4-week session, then a 1 week for any tiebreakers, then a 4-week, 1 week tiebreaker, 4-week, 1 tiebreaker, and that'll put the end of session 1 all at the same time. So if you're in the pro division, you'll have 3 different sessions. So session 1A, session 1B, and session 1C. That way everything ends all at the same time, no matter what session or what division you're in. So that's kind of the restructure, and the Division 1 is fairly similar to that. They won't have 3, they'll have 2 different sessions within the 15 weeks. So it just doesn't leave me enough time to go back and now restructure everything I've put together to make it all function and so on and so forth. So
well, it gives more time to build up those divisions too,
yeah, it sure does.
Get some more players happening there.
Yeah. Player packages. If you are registered in Division 2 and 3,
registered and paid.
Registered and paid. Yes, both must be complete. I'll start sending out the player packages. Those will be emailed out today. That'll have your score sheet. It'll have the rules. It'll have everything about the league that you need to know and how to run and operate. Where you're going to go live to, what page that is. There's a special page now created just for the league players. So you'll know what that's all about and where you can go live to. And that I should have, I'm going to push to get everybody's out today by end of day. So if you are registered and paid and you don't get an email from Q Sports Live, message us back and let us know. I do want to note that there are a lot of players still out there that have only registered, haven't gone in and paid their fees yet. That's an important step. So we want to be able to make sure that if you do want to play, that you have that form filled out as well as fees paid.
Got a week to do it.
Yep.
Less than a week.
Less than a week, 5 days. And it's important. We do start January 4th as far as the start of play. However, the cutoff to get into the league is January 1st, which means December 31st at midnight. So, and the reason why we need the 4 days is so that we can put everybody in the right place, the right structure, do any back-end office stuff that we need to do in order to make sure that we kick it off in the right way.
Post the payouts.
Post payouts, all those kinds of fun things.
All the payouts posted before the league starts.
Which puts us right into the nice little segue on, we've had some questions of what does CSL take, what do we make, so on and so forth. And there is a very, very, very big difference between what we take and what we make. There are a lot of fees associated with us collecting cash from all over the world, and what it takes to put all of that together. So, yes, we do make a little bit of cash, but it's certainly not what a lot of players out there are doing the math thinking it is. But a lot of that does go to making this league function and the associated fees with that.
And we got to start somewhere. Ideally, down the road we'll have enough sponsors and stuff that we don't need to, rake as much in order to cover costs. So,
yep,
you guys can help us get there by sharing this with your friends and.
Yeah, massively important. Right, if you're going to
play,
the
most important thing.
Take a couple of friends.
Yeah,
bring them in too. Also, housekeeping note, with all of the posts that we've put out over, I'll say, the last 3 weeks, we are doing our absolute best to try to keep on top of all of the comments and questions that are popping up on all of those posts. But if you do have any questions, much easier for us if you just message the page. It doesn't matter what the question is. We'll get back to you. We'll let you know kind of the best we can what those answers are. But we do try to keep on top of the comments. Just much easier for us if you can send us a message to the page
or email.
Or email
too.
Yeah,
we'll get that.
Either which. And I think that covers all of the housekeeping.
So we could answer a few questions if you guys have any questions.
Questions, comments,
we're following.
Answers. Heck, if you got answers for us, let us know the answers.
We love answers. Yeah.
Answers are always the fastest way.
We're following the YouTube and the Facebook chat, guys, so go ahead and type it in there.
Hopefully everybody had a great Christmas. How many are registered in Division 3 and 2, etc.? We'll get into what those actual numbers are. I can tell you Division 2 by far is the largest thus far. With the actual numbers, I to be honest, I couldn't tell you right now. I haven't looked as of late, but they are decent. They're good numbers.
Considering the timing of it all, starting right after Christmas, the numbers are great.
Well, and I'll tell you, given the fact that I think we've been at this for about 2 weeks now, as far as marketing, what we're doing, we've got a week left, and for that short of a time frame, and with Christmas being smack dab in the middle of that, definitely two factors that normally I guess would work against you. But I'll say that the numbers in Division 2 and 3 are pretty good.
Pay Pompey wants to know, how tall is Ben?
Ben is exactly knee-high to a grasshopper.
Just tall enough, John, that I'm never belly hooked.
That's it. I have that problem.
John's belly hooked quite often, so I had to throw that one in there.
Yeah, there you go.
If he's throwing in short jokes, I'm throwing in weight jokes.
Well, and you should.
Yeah. Kind of a silly question there, but do you like Color of Money or Pool Hall Junkies?
Yes.
Nothing at all to do with the league, but we like both movies.
And Merry Christmas to you as well, Rod, and everybody else. Hopefully it was good. I had a great Christmas, some good time off. I've been really not doing a whole lot of work other than on Q Sports Live stuff. Some Jam Up apparel stuff, I guess, but for the most part, mostly been concentrating on the Q Sports Live stuff for now. And then as we kind of move through, it'll hopefully gain more and more and more.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't look like there's too many questions out there.
That's good. That means
that is very good.
We had all the answers
that means we've done our job. So 2020 almost over, guys. Looking forward to that aspect. Put 2020 in the rearview mirror. Hopefully we can start 2021 off with a bit of a bang, and usher in a new year, new challenges, new opportunities. Especially with the league and going forward with that. So
new pool league.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah,
something to look forward to.
Yeah. Do you think the league will be full? Well, there is no full. There's no cap on it. We could have 500, 1,000 players, and it still wouldn't be full.
It's actually a great question there, Sean, because I've had a handful of people ask me that actually. Mm-hmm. And there is no cap in the division, so.
Yeah. Is there going to be a demo on how to set up streaming? Yes. We've actually got a couple of videos. I'm just waiting on permission to release. That is done by our player rep in Europe. And once I have the go-ahead, we'll put that up. We may do a quick one on how to go live. Ben and I might shoot that, and we'll just put that up onto the league website.
Yeah, I think we'll make sure we have that done like by the time we go live next week.
Yeah,
next weekend, and so you guys can.
Yeah, and it is really, really simple, especially if you're going live off of your phone. It's really quite simple to do, just based on the group that we've created and the technology. It's really simple.
Frank wants to know, what are the rules when you scratch? Frank, they're different in every division as far as the break. shot goes, if you scratch on a shot during the game in every division, you lose. The game is over. Count your balls and enter your score. That's about it.
Yep.
Are we breaking it into 100-player groups?
No.
No.
So, for example, in Division 2, you can have, like I said, 1,000 players, 10,000 players.
Yeah, it's...
Right now, as we grow and we get to those higher numbers, that's where we'll start breaking out into, all of the different options as far as table size and pocket size and different tables to begin with, whether it's Diamond or Warenka or Rasson. We'll have all the different options.
And the whole thought with this was eventually, I mean, right now, let's say you're playing in Division 3 or Division 2, you're playing 9-ball for this 15-week session to start. Ideally, by session 2, we have multiple options. So you could be playing in a 9-ball division, in a 10-ball division, in an 8-ball division. You could play 3 different divisions in the same session. I mean, you could play one pocket, you could play straight pool. There's so many games you can play the Ghost that it can actually be like filling a lot of your time.
Yeah. Well, and it's part of the options that we want to present, right? Is those that want to play all of the different games, 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, one pocket, Scotch doubles for that matter. We want to be able to present all of those options and give the league members as much as what they want or don't want to play. If you only want to play one, play one. But if you want to play multiples, then by all means play multiples.
I know lots of players that would love to play multiples as much as they can get their hands on.
Well, I can tell you right from the start. I know with Tyler being right now that they have to play, and you know this because you're in his division. But with the pros, they've got to play 10-ball, and there's only 2 options: a 7-foot or 9-foot. And I know Tyler will play both.
Yeah, and why not? Really, I mean, if you have the option to play both, and you have a lot of spare time, which everyone does during this whole COVID virus thing, then why not just play a lot of pool from home? And,
you bet.
And you can win money.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of the things that when we put this together that we really wanted to kind of more or less concentrate on was the fact that you can play at home. It's on your own home table. And really we want to smash down the walls of being, I guess, a traditional brick and mortar style league where we can kind of bring everybody from all over the planet together under one spot. And you're not just competing, against the players in your own town or your own city.
Yeah, and that kind of leads to, like, James has a question there. If there are that many in division, will it be decided into flights or what? I mean, ideally, you just have like a whole ton of players in one division all competing, against each other, and the prize pool can be absolutely massive.
Yeah. So
there's no point dividing it into flights. That just dilutes the prize pool.
Mm-hmm. I will say that in Division 2, in Session 2, we are looking at subdividing the 580 and under, and then adding in the junior division,
which should be noted right from day one. That has been our plan, is to start the first session, and by second session add in the junior. We need to have a junior division.
100%.
Absolutely in the plans. Dean wants to know if we could make a membership fee to join so he can watch the streams even if he's not part of the league.
Potentially, I guess.
I feel like
we always try to get away from the membership fee based streaming. We kind of wanted to make being a member of the Q Sports Live IPL something special, and that was our way of doing it, was having it for players only. Now, that being said, we do want to have a match a day that we select as kind of a special feature match, which we would then share onto the Q Sports Live page. So you certainly will get a little bit. We're going to try to mix that up a little bit, from the low to the top and back again.
Homero wants to know, do you have to play on the same table the whole season? Correct.
The whole session.
The whole session, yeah.
Yeah.
You do have to play on the same table. You can't
jump from a 7 to a 9 and a 9 to a 7.
Well, and you can't jump from a valley to a diamond or from a diamond to a valley.
Well, I think they could, depending on the scenario, because we've kind of stated that, if you go away on vacation, you can play there, and if they only have
Situational, for sure,
yeah. But obviously, we want to encourage you to play on the same table that you start with,
yeah, we would definitely
at table
prefer
size, right? That only benefits you, right? That has really no benefit to us. But as you move through 15 weeks of playing on the same table, you'll get to know how it plays and so on and so forth. So I would encourage players play on the same table. But if you do register as a 7-foot player, no matter what division you're in, then yes, you do have to stay on that size of table throughout the entire session.
Yeah, you couldn't register in the 9-foot division and play half your matches on the 7-foot.
No.
That would be no good.
No.
Troy says he has a tendency of playing down to his opponent's skill level. What mental exercise do you use to remain mentally strong throughout your play?
I think naturally just playing the ghost does
Sorry,
that.
Tony. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say too. Because the ghost never misses.
Yeah, the ghost is perfect.
If you're playing to your opponent's skill level and your opponent is the ghost, then you should never miss.
Mm-hmm. If you haven't, you know what? If you haven't, number one, registered for the league, you're not sure about playing the ghost. To be honest, I'd never played the ghost before, and Ben challenged me and he said, take a run at it. Run 10 racks and see how well you do. And I'll tell you, it's a lot more difficult than what you initially think it is. And what I really like about it is it does force you to really think about every shot, because every shot matters, every ball matters, position matters. So it really does give you a full, well-rounded skill that you need to concentrate on everything.
Well, you start thinking more specific.
Yeah.
I need this angle to get on the 4th ball in this rack.
Yeah.
Instead of, in a normal game scenario, if I'm playing you, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
I might just say, okay, I can be somewhere over here.
Yes.
And if I get it wrong, I'm sure I have a good safety.
Exactly.
That doesn't exist here.
That's right.
You have to get it right because you have to run the rack.
That's right.
Even when
in doing so, in kind of doing that exercise over and over and over, it really does kind of sharpen your mindset up in playing the correct position all the time.
And
right,
paying
every
attention.
shot,
and not just shooting a ball without thinking about
where you're going
3 shots later, right?
Yeah.
You're not just thinking, okay, I'll get on the next ball.
Yeah.
You got to think, what angle do I need on the next ball
Mm-hmm.
to get to the 3rd ball, to get to the 4th ball? So, and if you practice that enough, be unstoppable when you go to these live tournaments, right?
Yeah.
You just be running out all the time.
Well, and I mean that's it. It's such a it's such a challenge, and it's one of the things I really love about what it is that we're attempting to do, in put together a worldwide league, worldwide competition, and it's all live streamed. Right? You have to live stream yourself. So that in and of itself will add just that little bit of pressure. And you really do get game experience in that. And as if you were playing competition, it's competition experience.
Well, it's great training too. If I know a lot of players who struggle when there's a camera.
Yeah.
And they just can't get over it, no
Yeah.
matter what they do. And I keep telling them, just keep plugging at it.
Yep.
It gets easier over time. And
Yep.
they're saying no.
Yeah. Well, and I would almost
nervous,
challenge
right?
this. I would almost challenge any player out there, maybe not up at the pro level, but for Division 1, 2, and 3, that at the end of 15 weeks, you're going to be a better player at the end of 15 weeks than when you started.
I guarantee it. I would give 100% guarantee that you will absolutely be a much better player, not just a little bit.
Yeah, a lot.
Your game will go up a lot. Competitively playing the Ghost is gonna do wonders for everyone's game. Does our Fargo rate change throughout the season?
Not yet. Not yet. I am working on that aspect, in trying to talk with Mike Page and the guys over at Fargo, to see whether that's something even remotely in the realm of possibility. Right now, based on all the algorithms and things that they've put together to more or less create your Fargo rate, playing the Ghost wasn't part of those algorithms, and it's really difficult to take a player who is playing in a live match and compare that to a player that's playing against a ghost.
Yeah, it's too much right now. But
Yeah.
they are working on it.
They are. I've got my own, ideas and algorithms in my head where I'm sure, based on my knowledge, I could make it work. But I don't own Fargo. I have no control over Fargo. We want to work with them and see if we can get, even if it's league specific Fargo ratings, we'd like to accomplish that step. I think it's an important step. I think it's a step in the right direction, where, at the end of your 15 weeks of play, you could again take that ghost Fargo rating, apply some algorithms to it, and have a better starter rating if you didn't have a Fargo rate prior to the start of the league. I think it's a great little segue into gaining a live Fargo rating. I think it would be more accurate.
Alan wants to know, he says he won't have a table set up in time for the first league. Will he be able to view entry figures for each league? Once registration is cut off, we're absolutely going to post all the numbers for every division. And
yep.
And if you are interested in joining the league, but maybe you can't, like in Alan's instance there, he doesn't have his table set up in time, shoot us a message. You can join the page still.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe view a few matches so you know what's going on and you know what to expect going into session 2.
Well, I've had a couple of messages to the page already with those that are registered, are paid, that don't have access to a table for the first week. No problem. No problem.
Yeah,
we'll work with you guys on, excuse me, on that end, where week 2 you'll be playing a double match. The only thing that we're going to ask is you don't do those live matches back to back. Do them one day separated. So you'll play week 1, the first day you get your table set up, and then the second week, the second day.
Yeah.
Or the third day.
Yeah, try not to play them in the same day. Yeah. Just makes it easier.
Makes it easier for us to track.
For everyone, yeah. Hamera wants to know, how about player ranking? Your player ranking won't change throughout the session.
No.
Your player ranking will stay the same throughout the session. At the end of the session,
you can move up or down depending.
Can move up or down, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll post those numbers too, the percentage of players moving up, percentage of players staying in the same division, and percentage moving down.
Yeah.
That'll
we do want to encourage, people to move up the ranks. Of course, we understand Division 2, I think, is always going to more or less be the division that encapsulates a lot of players. And from Division 2, you'll either move up from there or down from there and then back up to Division 2. So I think Division 2 will always, kind of lead the way as far as numbers. But I'd really like to see those players that do start in Division 3. I'd love to see your skill level go up so that at some point, be it session 1 or 2, you start to kind of move up through the ranks.
Well, and we're gonna really try to curb sandbagging.
100%.
So you want to move up because the fees are gonna be higher, but the rake will be lower. There'll be more added money in the higher divisions. The payout is bigger. Yeah, I've always told players you got to move up because the payouts are better when you move up.
Yeah, if you're going to play for the big cheddar.
Let's see. Any St. Louis stories? No. No, we don't have any St. Louis stories. I'm sure somebody out there does, though. Just finding this now. Where's the best source for format, rules, scoring, etc.? Jamie, if you just scroll down on our page, you'll find more videos like these Q and A's, but you'll also find a bunch of posters.
A lot of information on the website too, www.CSLIPL.com. That'll have all your divisions, the game rules, a bunch of stuff on there. And we will start filling out that website, filling it up with even more information throughout the week. Ben and I will do a how to go live video. We'll post that out. All of the official game rules, those will go get posted out on there. We'll start really, really ramping it up on information heading to the cutoff.
There's the website there that Alan posted. Thank you, Alan. Adam wants to know, when are the info packs being sent out? Grant's going to start plugging them out today.
Yep. So long as you have your player info filled out and your league fees are paid, then I'll send you out the player pack.
Correct. And if you have registered and paid and you haven't received that info pack by like tomorrow night, then send us a message. We'll make sure we get it out to you.
Yeah. I think I've got pretty much everybody tracked as far as who's pre-registered. There's still some that are pre-registered, then registered but not paid, or paid but not registered. And if you have done either of those, you got to make sure you do both. It does take both in order to get in. There's 2 steps. So when you do go onto the website, CSLIPL.com, click on the division you want. There's 2 steps you need to take there. Number 1 is scroll down to the bottom. You'll see that player information form. You need to fill that out, hit submit, and then scroll back up. You'll see the add to cart. Hit the add to cart, follow all those steps there, and that's the 2 steps you need to have.
Shirley wants to know, is someone going to be able to answer ref questions?
I can answer ref questions. If there are any disputes on for example, if Ben's watching me play and I commit a foul, I don't either see it or acknowledge it or what have you, just send a message to the page, let us know the player, let us know what day it was on. We'll go back and we'll review it, and we'll make a call on it.
And we'll have like a team review it. It won't just be one person. Like
no.
My biased opinion. It'll be at least 3 people view it.
It'll be a committee of players.
Committee, that's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Just so you guys know, it's not just one person making decisions on your rack. It'll be multiple people, and we'll take the majority.
Mm-hmm. And as Tyler stated, and as both Ben and I have stated in the prior Q and A's, for cheating, we will not tolerate it, not even a little bit. If you're found to have been cheating, it will be an immediate dismissal from the league. You will forfeit your fees, any claim to prize money, and it's not just a session that you're gone for. It's a lifetime ban. You won't be able to play in the league. We just I don't want to be that guy, and most of you know kind of who and what Ben and I stand for. We don't want to be those guys, but we're also willing to protect those that are playing with integrity and playing with honesty. We'll protect that with everything we have.
It's very important that everybody plays fair.
Yeah.
That's what's going to make this thing grow and thrive, is if everybody's doing their part, playing fair, making sure the word gets out there. Playing 9-ball in Division 3 is the 1-ball or the 9-ball on the head spot. 1-ball's always going to be on the spot.
Yeah.
Where I don't think we'll ever really change that.
Yeah. And a lot of questions regarding the 9-ball. Number 1, if the 9-ball is made on the break or in any combination throughout the rack as you're running, the 9 stays down. Do not spot the 9. The 9 stays down. Continue the run out in numerical order, and that will allow you to achieve maximum points for that rack.
And so here's an example. Like if you're playing 15 games and in game 3 you combo in the 9 and you spot it because you forgot and you keep shooting, and then at the end of the match we go, what the heck?
Yeah.
You have to replay that game.
Correct.
Just the one game. You'll have to go live later on, the next day, the next week, whatever.
Yeah.
And replay the one game. We're not just going to say, okay, you get 0 because you forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So for the most part, we're going to be fair and give people a chance to rectify the mistake if they forgot something like that.
Really So when you do go live, and I know that there's been a lot of questions, how do you go live? It's honestly, it's really, really simple, especially if you're going live off of your phone. But when you do go live, very important, a couple of notes, and you'll get this in the player pack as well, that when you go live, the first thing we need to know is who you are. So state your name. This is who I am, and then what week you're playing. So week 1, and then as you progress throughout the night, game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, we need those things announced. So really, really important. Right? That helps us track. It helps us know if we tune in, where you're at in the rack, what point you're at. where we can go back to. It just it helps. The more information, the better. And that's applicable to all divisions.
In a perfect world, you have a little scoreboard in the back that shows the game number you're on and the points that you have accumulated. I mean, not everybody's going to have that, but
oh, and that's a good point. At the end of the rack, how many points you have to just say it out loud. You don't have to,
Well, a lot of people are going to have
scorecards and walk around like the
but a
like
lot
the
of
ring
people
girls.
are going to have muted mics.
Yeah.
So even if you just hold up fingers, like I got 7 points.
Yeah.
That's 7. 5 plus 2 is 7.
Yeah. Right.
Or hold up the ball. You see a lot of players hold up the ball number, which is fine too.
Yep.
That'll be the easiest way for everybody to know.
Yeah.
Somebody asked further or earlier on in the questions, if you scratch and you make a ball, what happens? I think it was Tim Hazlitt actually asked that. It
depends on the division.
But the ball you made when you scratch it never counts in any division.
Oh, yes, I thought you meant off the break.
Yeah, if you make a ball and you sewer or you foul or any illegal shot when you pocket a ball, that ball doesn't count.
Yeah. And it is all ball fouls. So if you touch a ball, it doesn't matter whether it's your hand or any part of your body, your clothing, it is all ball fouls.
Yeah, and there's a good point. Just use a small, dry erase board.
There you go.
I have a nice little pool chalkboard that I'm going to use.
Nice.
Unless I'm at Grant's house, and then he's got a little whiteboard there.
Sure do. I don't know if you'll see it, but I'll probably change the camera around.
Yeah. Any other questions out there? Comments, concerns, answers?
Yeah, especially answers. Big on the answers.
Of course, if you guys go back and watch this and you have any questions, shoot us a message, send us an email, qsportslive@gmail.com.
Very good. So I think that pretty much concludes. I think we've answered all the questions. If you do have any comments, certainly, again, feel free to shoot us a message. We will go live again on Sunday. That would be, I believe, the day before we start the live sessions.
What's the fee for coaching fees? We'll have a poster made up for Tyler's virtual lessons as well as mine. And Sean, yes, we will both be participating.
And I want to make a point on that. And I don't know whether we've stated this before, but just because myself, Ben, Mick run the league, we don't get in for free. We have to pay exactly the same fees. We do not let ourselves off the hook.
That's a big old ouch for me. It's like $1,000 Canadian dollars, but to gamble with Tyler Steyer, sure. Where do I sign up?
Right. So yes, I'm playing, Ben's playing, Mick is playing. Fees are paid. We're ready to rock and roll.
Just to answer that question for Jamie again, if you sink the 9 early, does it spot? It does not. If you sink the 9 early, whether it's on the break, in a combo,
9 stays.
Has to stay down.
But you continue the run in numerical order.
And you get 2 points for that 9 ball.
Yes.
But yeah, I know there's a lot of 9 ball leagues out there where like a combo on the 9 counts as a win. We're not doing that.
No.
Because there happens to be a nice little soft 9 ball break where you're playing a combo like in the third shot every rack. We don't want that to happen. We want players to be shooting balls. Run the whole rack. Multiple reasons for that. We don't want all these short racks where you play like 14 combos out of your 15 games and the match is over in half an hour.
Yeah.
The other reason is it's going to make you guys better.
Yeah.
You don't need to be playing an early combo. That's not making you a better player.
No.
I think that's about it. Looks like
I think, as they say, that is a wrap.
got it covered.
Yes. Now, I will say this as well. We have had, on the odd occasion, somebody go back and listen to these Q and A's and make comments as if it was live. If you're going back and reviewing this and it doesn't say live, it's not live.
Yeah.
Which means we probably won't answer the question.
Try to send us a message if you can.
Yeah.
We do try to keep up with even the comments on here, but
we do.
There's going to be the odd one we miss. So
yeah.
if you notice that you commented a question on here and we didn't answer it, send us a message.
Yeah. Alan says, how many weeks behind can I come in on? I would probably say the max would be 2 weeks.
Yeah, it'd have to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So technically you could miss the first 2 weeks, and in the third week you could play 3 matches.
So long as there's a day in between those matches.
A day in between.
Yeah.
That would be as far as we'll go.
Yeah.
But just because you missed the first 2 weeks, if you haven't registered and paid, you can't sign up late.
No. The absolute cutoff is December 31st or January 1st. So the night of New Year's at 12:01, December 31st. If you are not registered and paid, you cannot register late.
So Alan, send us a message. Let us know specifically when you think that table will be there, and or when it'll be ready. Sorry, and we'll work with you. We'll make sure you get in.
Yep. So I think with that, we're a wrap.
We'll be live again next weekend, guys. I think Saturday. We're gonna
Saturday or Sunday, yeah, either which.
We'll shoot for Saturday or
whenever
Sunday.
whenever's good for you. I'm pretty much here.
And that'll be like a couple days after the cutoff. So then you guys that are all registered, you can tune in and we'll answer any more questions you got and get ready to go.
Yep. And looking forward to it, guys. We want to, we really do have a lot of goals that we want to accomplish with this league. And I know that, this is the start. We're throwing our hat into the ring. Hopefully we can grow it to the point of where our goals are.
We need your help.
Yeah, absolutely.
We absolutely need your help.
And there is an intended reason why we want to have as many players as what we've got on our plates. We are wanting to release some pretty cool tech, some things that will do good things for players. But in order to make that happen, we've got to have the number of players that would support that. So we do have lots of lofty goals. We want to accomplish them, and I know that we can do it with everybody's support. So we do appreciate it. And like I said, if there are any questions, comments, answers, hit us up.
So thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you guys share.
Yeah, let's kick 2021 off with a bang here. So appreciate everybody tuning in. If there are any additional questions following this, you know what to do. Send us a message or shoot us an email. So thanks for tuning in, guys. On behalf of myself and Ben Francis, we'll catch you next week, either Saturday or Sunday. Have a great night, all.